Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's EJ Marino and this is my About Last Night American Horror Story themed rewatch. I am so excited. We're gonna be jumping back into a classic season. We're gonna be doing Murder House. I'm talking about everything Murder House related. For the next couple of weeks, I'm actually kind of scared. I'm gonna be spending my Christmas with the Harmons. Sounds like a horrible time, but join me for a great time. Yes, this is my review of episode 1 of Murder House. Before I get into the play-by-play of this episode, what I think overall, and this is going to be like a common theme throughout this season and through this first review, this is an iconic episode. Like, iconic. Everything about this is like, kind of like a nostalgia trip. Kind of like a, oh wow, we ended up from here, like, how did we go from this part of American Horror Story to Apocalypse? This is just so cool to see the journey and why I was so excited to jump right back into Murder House, go all the way back to the beginning to see where we got to the point now. And that's what's so exciting about this. That's what's so exciting about watching this premiere. Other than a well-acted, incredibly fun, insanely campy first episode, this is truly why and where we fell in love with American Horror Story. Everything about the pilot for Murder House is so fun. It's so scary. This is such a throwback to classic horror movies that there's so much that I'm picking up on now. Like, there's so many Amityville horror references. There's just so many ghost movie tropes. There's so much. I honestly, this is a very jam-packed episode, so I'm gonna cut all this intro now, and we're going straight into the play-by-play, because there is a lot. Yes, my first in-review use of the word iconic, but this intro is iconic. It starts with those two ginger boys, and Addie, the little baby version of her in 1975, basically goes, hey boys, you are going to die in there, do not go in that house. And these two little troll-looking gingers, they say, no, you freak, get out of here. One of them says, I hate trees, which sticks out to me. I even remember that from my first watch of the show. So when he's like hitting a tree, I hate trees. I hate you. I hope you go into this house. And then he goes into this house, and they're just being such tools, destroying things inside the house. And then they go to the basement, where I get one of my favorite moments. It's just so cool to see, like, the boldness of killing off kids in the beginning of your show. Like, how the hell did we not expect American Horror Story to get as wild as it is when the first kill on this show is like two twin teenage boys? This show starts off with a bang. I really love just Addie kind of going, you're gonna die in there, and just laughing at them, and then the boys, this really sets up the tone and the vibe of this show early. And then we jump into the rest of the cold open, and then we get the rest of the vibe. Yes, this deals with the horror of ghosts and the paranormal, but this also deals with the horror of real humans. And we get something horrific. Vivian Harmon, who is the main lead female in this, played by Connie Britton, she is dealing with her body and she's trying to reclaim herself. She just had a miscarriage. She wants to find herself back in this world. She wants to find herself back with her husband, with her life. She wants to get back on path. And I applaud that. And I like her strong feeling, her strength in this opening. I feel it. And then she gets home and her husband, Ben, is cheating on her. What a just a juxtaposition from the murders of the little boys to the murder of this marriage, basically. It's so crazy to see how, I know I almost said iconic again, but how important this beginning was. This sets up the two tones of the show, the two type of vibes, and I feel, right when that first credit opens, I'm like, I know what I'm getting into. This is going to be horrific in every level, from the real horror to the real life horror, like the marriage, the weird family dynamic, because we'll get into a little bit. The Harmons, they're the weirdest, most they don't fit together. It seems like they're three very separate people trying to make their way in life, and I think that's so odd. So for the rest of this episode, we do remain in the present day, and I'm gonna try to do distinctions when we jump from the 70s or a flashback in the 90s to the present day story, because the only real complaint I have of the rest of the season, and we'll get into it later, is that this does jump around in time a little bit, a lot of backstory, a lot of flashbacks, that it does take a lot to be like, okay, who is who, where's the map. But right now we are in present day. The Harmons just bought the new house. They're in the house. We get really early on how awkward this dynamic is. Vivian and Ben are still not working it out. Violet is that typical teenage girl who I don't want to deal with because she's awkward and she's just rebellious and she's kind of a bitch right now. I do not like Violet in this first episode. I don't remember if there's a point in this first season where I turned and was like, yes, Violet, yes, queen. But for the right now, I'm just like, I could deal with you, I could deal without you, we'll see. So as the Harmons are getting set in, like Ben's over there in his study, Violet's doing teenage things, Vivian's the first to meet the neighbors. First she meets Addie, which is played by Jamie Brewer. I love Jamie Brewer. You'll see her later on when she's Nan in Coven. She was in Apocalypse. But her work as Addie, I love. And we get to meet Addie's mom. And then Jessica Lange walks into my life. I said it again in my ranking of it. I didn't get to fall in love with Jessica Lange during her original run as an actress. Like Losing Isaiah, I said. She's been in so much. Like I said, the original, not the original King Kong, but the 70s remake. She's a great actress. Seeing her in this, she walks into this show and she owns it. Quickly does Jessica Lange tell me, this is my show. I'm gonna be running this conversation with Vivian. I'm gonna be running this scene with Connie Britton. Thank you for allowing me to be amazing. But Jessica Lange kind of just, shades her a little bit. She talks about the ex-owners. Constance seems to have a history with this house quickly. You get the vibe. Even if she's trying to be like, oh, hey, this house, I live next door, blah, blah, blah. You could tell she feels this house. You could tell she knows and has experience of this house. And I can't wait to see that unfold because you instantly, iconically instantly know, oh, this is her house almost. Even if she doesn't live here, it's her house. And she treats it as such. She does not like the Harmons here, really. She doesn't really like anyone here. We'll talk about that later on in the season. But I like that she's basically I don't want to say scaring her away, but being firm and real and being like, yo, if you really want to last, you can't be as weak as you are. You can't get scared by my daughter. No, grow up. And she tries to woman up to Vivian, and Vivian's like, no, ho, get up out my house. Thank you. I like the interaction here, but it is just so crazy to see Jessica Lange chew up this scenery. After Vivian's weird interaction with Constance, she goes up to the attic to oh, she's burning sage. That's what she is. Constance gives her sage, being like, girl, you need to cleanse this house. Girl, you need more than sage. I'm gonna need you to burn the whole house down. God, if someone would have burned Murder House down, we could have saved so much time. But yeah, so she's saging the house. She goes up to the attic and finds the Rubberman suit. Ben's attracted to it. She's like, yes, help me, screaming. Ben's instantly vibing on the suit. He throws it out, which it comes back later, but him throwing it out and just his look of it. I love that the house has this Amityville horror vibe where there's kind of things pushing him to a direction. He sees this thing, he goes, but what's this? He starts doing the fire stuff. It really reminds me of Amityville Horror or The Shining, where you start seeing this house manipulating him. You start seeing all the outside forces go into his insides and start pushing it outwards. I love seeing, like I said, the Rubberman thing, the fire stuff. Ben's acting weird quickly. It's interesting, like I said, with The Shining and Amityville Horror, that the male is the one possessed, that the male is the one bothered by all this, and I like it. It's a trope in horror stuff that it doesn't always make sense in the other work, but within Horror Story, within this episode, I like that it is the male that's influenced by the negativity of this house. Speaking of males being influenced by negativity, in the murder house, we get the first therapy session between Tate and Ben. Tate is played by Evan Peters. I love Evan Peters. Oh, I haven't said it. Ben is played by Dermot Mulroney, Dermot McDermott, one of the Dermots of the Dermot McDermott family. I'll put his picture up right here, that one. So yeah, they're having their first interaction. I love seeing Evan Peters in his first role that I got to see him in. He's so good. Like I said, I'm tired of the creepy male shooter vibe to him, but something about seeing him in this, I feel nostalgic again. I feel like I got to see my best friend for the first time, and I'm like, oh, I like you. He's such a great actor. He's such a great character as well. As much as Tate creeps me out, he's playing this character so well, and Tate's basically kind of showing that he has this weird dark side to him, and he doesn't like his mom, and he kind of wants to shoot up the school, which we'll talk about the school shooting. We'll talk about this scene. Just him in the Born This Way, kind of Lady Gaga skull face paint with the Kill Bill whistle song. I loved this whole Tate scene. It was so creepy. It was so interesting. And Ben is vibing like, I need you to push away. And then he kind of pushes Tate away for a second, and Tate explores the house, which he will because he kind of lives here. He finds Violet, and that starts, we'll talk about them, I'll give them a whole segment in here, but they find each other, start talking, build a weird relationship that is almost ruined in this first episode. I love the ending where Violet's like, yo, get up out of there. Only you would have made him stay away, Violet. So the Harmons are getting adjusted to this new house, they're living their life, and then Moira, the housekeeper, comes up. Vivian and her actually connect really well. For Vivian, you're like, okay, I don't meet a lot of people here, you're much nicer than Constance, let's talk. They're vibing. Moira's like, I kind of come with the house. If anyone has any housekeepers or anything like that, do maids usually come with a house? Because I found that so strange. I would have been first red flag, been like, do you come with a house? Okay, sure. So, Moira and Vivian are talking, and it's Frances Conroy. But when Ben walks in, it's a whole different actress playing her. It's interesting. I love the idea that I actually almost forgot that Moira changes from the older to the younger person depending on who sees her. I love that. That instantly sets up the creepiness of this house. It's more, this first episode, now it's hard because I know so much about the show, but this first episode, it's so confusing being like, how are they seeing different ones? Like, it's so funny, even though I know, I still sat in a moment of confusion being like, what the hell is happening? This house is so strange. So middle of this episode, not really much going on. It is jam-packed, there's a lot happening, but noteworthy stuff. Ben and Tate have another meeting. Tate starts talking to Violet a little bit more, kind of comparing scars, literally and figuratively. It's a cute bond, I guess. I don't vibe on it. But as they're doing that, Ben finds Moira, and she's touching herself. And this gives us the first instance of the instantly iconic Ben jerking off while looking outside and crying. I love it. I honestly kind of wish he just would have done that more, because it's like, Ben, like, this is probably the most healthy way for you to, like, feel this. Let this out, go cry. Which is, I love that this was like a joke in Apocalypse. This is such a weird moment, but we're starting to see the weirdness of the house. Moira's doing this. And then as he's doing all of this, he sees the half-burned man outside, played by Dennis O'Hare. And I would have been like, oh, okay, bye. Like, that's exactly what happens. He goes, chases him, he loses him. This house is weird. So many weird vibes. Bye. Instantly would have been like, thank you, Miss Real Estate Lady. Where's the next house? I need to get out of this piece now. What I start liking is about almost near the end of the episode, we start seeing some of the other ghosts. The two ginger boys from earlier start messing with the kitchen, doing all this stuff, and Vivian's kind of freaking out. Addie's back in the house. They get into it. She starts trying to grab Addie, and oh my God, Constance like, if you touch my daughter one more goddamn time, I will literally kill you. She talks about killing someone later on. I'm not messing with Miss Constance already. I like that you get from Constance that, yeah, she's a bitch, but she's a bitch I'm not messing with. I'm not dealing with all of her drama at all. Because something about Constance, just like I said, vibes quickly. I wish Vivian would have been like a little bit smarter, a little bit less protected, and been more like, so you seem to know what's going on. Yo, what is up? Tell me all of the tea. But she doesn't. She's scared. She starts kind of like letting all her scaredness get into her, more of her issues with Ben. They start going at it. Ben starts doing some boy complaining about like, oh, well, when you had the miscarriage, you got a dog. What about me? Get out. Bye. I wish the demons would have just crashed the house down on Ben now. Really? You cheated on your wife after her miscarriage because she got a dog and didn't go to you for her pain? Oh my God, I hate Ben. I forgot how instantly unlikable Ben is. As much as he tries, more quotes for that, tries, I just do not like him. I don't think he has a good energy to him. And I'm glad that Vivian doesn't give into his shit until they have that weird makeup sex, which is rough and passionate. And I thought that was an interesting thing. So she goes, oh, Ben, that was fun, that was hot, cool. Why are you in the Rubberman outfit? I thought we threw that away. Yes, Rubberman makes his first real appearance. Rubberman's there, he gets on top of Vivian. He's making love to her, not making love, sorry, wrong word, raping her. He's raping her. She believes it's Ben, so she's okay with it. It's a very odd scene that has a lot of baggage later on, but you know, she has sex with Rubber Man right after having sex with Ben. Interesting. That doesn't happen often. But yeah, so that's kind of where Vivian and Ben kind of leave this episode until the very end. We'll talk about that. But yeah, there's a lot that happened with those two. But this episode really does get to focus on Tate and Violet at the end with some, it's a very memorable ending to this episode. So all of this is happening at home, and Violet's acting out at school. She found this bullet girl she's been beefing with. Violet was basically walking around smoking a cigarette. That girl tried to fight her, and now Violet's like, I got drugs. Is that what you want, mean white girl? Is that what you want, drugs? Come to my house. She comes down, Tate has his plan. They go to the basement, and Tate attacks her, basically, with infantada. Oh, the creature, it doesn't have a name yet. The creature in the basement attacks this like bully girl, and she freaks out. Even Violet freaks out. She's like, look, Tate, I was down to scare somebody, but what you did was crossing a line. By get out. I wish this get out would have been enough for Tate to never mess with her, because that would have saved drama later on. But I thought that was really interesting to be like, oh, Tate's crazy, but Violet's not putting up with it. I'm glad we got to see Violet be stronger in this moment, because this almost saved my character for her. Because if she would have went along with this, she would have lost any of that sympathy and instantly come off as unlikable and pretty scary if she would have just been down with this monster attacking her. Even though Tate was like, oh, it was me, she scratched me, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, I saw a demon baby in there. Just go. Get out. And Tate gets out. And we don't really see him for the rest of the episode, because the episode ends shortly, but you kind of get the presence that, or the feeling that his presence is gone. He's done. He checked out for a moment, because that's kind of what the beauty of the ghosts in this house is. They have that luxury of just being like, bye, I'm gone. The last 2 moments of this episode are so good. We get our first interaction with Moira and Constance, and once again, you get the vibe that they know each other, because Constance looks at her and says, that messed up eye, it lets me know that I'm a good shot. Don't make me kill you again, bitch. Like, what? I'm not even gonna dive into what that means, because I'm trying to go this by episode, but she just threatened to kill her again. What a threat. To threaten to kill somebody once is a threat, but to do it twice, to be like, I will kill you again, I loved it. Such a great moment, such a good interaction between 2 actresses that will continue to work together so well. Seeing them together in Asylum and in Coven, I love Jessica Lange and Frances Conroy together. This first moment together sealed that deal of like, these are 2 bad bitches. And yes, the episode ends with Vivian coming home and telling Ben she's pregnant. Ooh, this happened so quickly. This episode is so jam-packed. Not only do they move in, not only do we see our first couple ghosts, we get the Rubber Man suit, we get the infantada basement scene. Vivian's also pregnant already, all in the first episode. This is a great episode of Horror Story with so much going on. Vivian being pregnant already really does shape the rest of the season. I love this episode. I am so excited to keep diving into more, because there is so much going on with an amazing cast already, an amazing cinematography, great scores, great scares. This is an amazing intro and an amazing first episode of any TV show. Yes, this is it for my first episode rewatch of Murder House. Oh my gosh, this pilot is so much fun. Like I said, amazingly acted, an amazingly scary episode. I was trying to watch this last night and was just like, this is a mood. This is creepy. Great job to Ryan Murphy for instantly letting us know the world we are in for. Like I said, killing off teenagers, the school shooting references, the Rubber Man sex scene, the weird twins that are all cut up that we see as ghosts later on. This makes bold choices that are so crazy and so much fun that I cannot believe that this show is still in our lives. Something this wild has been allowed to be around for 8 years. Thank you to FX and Ryan Murphy for making this world exist, allowing me to do these videos basically, because this is such a fun show to talk about. You guys make it so much more fun as well. So let me know down in the comments below, are you guys watching Murder House with me? If you have started or at least know this season enough, let me know all your favorite moments from the pilot episode. I'm so excited to talk about with you guys. Episode 2 is gonna be coming up next week. I'm gonna be moving these to Tuesdays or Mondays, I believe. try to get a schedule. It's hard because I make so many videos. They're so different. But I'm gonna try to keep doing these early in the week so we can spend our week talking about these episodes, having so much fun. So thank you again for tuning in. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this episode. Subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week. I am so excited to dive into the rest of Murder House. I hope you guys are. Tune in more for About Last Night.